So, originally, I wanted to review Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, thanks to the kind people from Screenwave Media for supplying me a code to review. Long story short, things happen, and here I am, releasing a video about it today. And after deliberating with, well, myself, I decided that instead of doing a review in a traditional sense, considering the game has been out for well over a month now, I'm just gonna cut to the chase and tell you that I love Sekiro, and this is why. I have to confess, I never really played any of the Dark Souls game. Well, besides Bloodborne, I think that game is absolutely fantastic. Though funny enough, instead of being similar to any of their previous games, I think From Software designed Sekiro more similarly to a game like Nioh. Now we can go on and on who copied who in this situation, but honestly, I don't really care. We got two amazing games, so I'm not complaining. The main character of the story, Wolf, is assigned as the bodyguard for a young feudal lord. Not a few moments later, the cunning Lord Genichiro bests Wolf in battle, and not only kidnaps the young lad, but dismembers Wolf's hand, and don't worry, that's not a spoiler, it's actually related to the gameplay. I don't want to talk about the story much, because other games in the Souls vein, a lot of it is understated and up to the audience to piece everything together, but I do like the option to play the game in both Japanese and English. The game offers Japanese voices as the default option, which fits the setting, but even the English cast is pretty decent. Sekiro's combat is pretty simplistic in first glance. Wolf only has a sword as his main instrument of death after all. However, the game isn't about figuring the best weapon for the job, but how to use said weapon. Engaging an enemy in a one-on-one combat will prove fruitless without the proper strategy. Enemies block attacks, and they will definitely exploit shoddy play. The idea is to find the right moment when an enemy strikes, parry it, and then counter to inflict massive damage. That is because right under the enemy's health, we have the posture meter. By breaking their stance, a counter can be executed. Sure, wearing down an enemy by chip damage their posture meter can work occasionally, but the game rewards smart play, and the reward is how glorious those counter kills are. In fact, Sekiro's combat reminds me a lot of For Honor of all games, focusing more on a single encounter rather than disposing a giant group of enemies. Also, it's way better than For Honor. Wolf may only have a sword, but Sekiro's main gimmick is his prosthetic arm. After being saved by an enigmatic old man, Wolf receives this nifty gadget that can be upgraded in a variety of ways. Most notably, a grappling hook. That automatically raises the score by like 2 points. It allows Wolf to scale tall buildings with ease, making Sekiro a more vertically oriented game than any of its predecessors. It doesn't only help by avoiding combat or getting the upper hand, but also discovering hidden areas off the beaten path. My favorite part of the whole game is using the grappling hook to climb up a tree and then attack an unsuspecting enemy with a beautifully executed aerial attack. Oh, so satisfying! This is basically a chainsaw of Gears of War. I can use this over and over and never get tired of it. Speaking of attacking unsuspecting enemies, due to how brutal the game can get, stealth is often a preferred method of approaching situations. Enemies don't just patrol by themselves, so it's smart to avoid conflict if necessary, or at least divide and conquer. This leads to my only real gripe with this game. Stealth can be finicky at times. More than often, enemies can hear movements despite not making a peep and have a ridiculously telescopic view of Wolf's location. It's not awful, mind you, but it can lead to some frustration, especially for the less patient. I can gush on and on about why Sekiro is amazing, but I wanted to keep this video brief. At the end of the day, the reason why I love this game so much is despite how it challenges me, it never ceases to be satisfying. All of its mechanics, graphical touches, and upgrades coalesce into a wonderful mix of action-adventure. I have yet to complete the game if I'm 100% honest, but as someone who has completed Bloodborne with a Platinum Trophy, there is a chance that Sekiro may surpass it, or even maybe Nioh. For now, I want to let you guys know that I am redoing my Flash Review series, especially with its scoring system, but I will give Sekiro, probably the last time I will ever do it, a perfect 5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't played the game yet and you want a rewarding challenge, it's one of the best games of the year. Apologies once again for the late review, and I'll see you all the next time. Take care.